Why? Hi, I'm Bobby on Roll for Nerd, and I love nerdy stuff. That's why today we're talking about Critical Role, Campaign 2, Episode 103, Buttholes and Stuff. Not the actual name of the episode, but Travis thought it was funny at the time, and I kind of felt like that at the end of the episode, so we'll talk about that. So we start off once again on the island of Rumblecusp, where a volcano god named Vokodo asked the Mighty Nine to pay him in magical items so they could have TravelerCon on the island. Now camped out near the volcano, the Mighty Nine are done watching Caduceus's Greater Restoration spell take effect on their island guide, Viridian, who's actually one of the 3 leaders of the local village. And with a whole past life of memories, now Viridian's able to remember that her name's actually Villia and not Viridian, and that she's from Taldore, another continent on Exandria, and where Campaign 1 took place. She goes on to tell them her story. Basically, she was part of a tribe in Taldore called the Ashari. On a mission one day in the water plane, she came across a kraken. They had a fight, but she lost. She tried to run for her life and found the nearest portal, which just so happened to shoot her off onto the island here. The local villagers found her and healed her up. It had been about a week before she woke up, and by that point she had lost all of her past memories and didn't know who she was anymore.
Whatever magic takes this island, whatever this Vokodo is capable of enshrouding upon this island works quickly.
Does that mean we're at risk right now?
I can imagine. Those who've traveled here since, within but a matter of days, began to forget quite a bit of who they once were.
It seems like the island takes your memories over time. One day is usually fine, but after 2 or 3 days, you start to lose chunks of memory and forget who you are entirely. She tells them that Vokodo is not a god. He basically brainwashes and traps anyone that comes to the island in order for them to work for him as slaves. She wants to help him stop Vokodo, and the entire team starts brainstorming ideas. There is a rather brilliant plan by Jester.
So you wouldn't know of any weaknesses that he might have, things that they recoil from or are sensitive to?
Have you ever witnessed him go about anything, or
it's
noticed
strange.
if he has a butthole or anything on the underside?
A butthole?
Yeah, if you attack somebody in the butthole, it's instant. They have a reaction.
Instant death!
Well, I wouldn't say it's instant death, but it weakens them pretty hard.
While discussing plans, Villia brings up the shards that are across the island of other planes of existence again. It sounds like Vokodo either brings or attracts other portals from different planes of existence to this island. For example, she was saying that the area in the jungle where it was all desaturated and they fought the Badok, that area could have a portal to the Shadowfell somewhere. Plus, when the villagers first found Villia, she was located near the Heaven Falls, which means there's probably a water plane portal there somewhere. And Vokodo made that area off limits, so there's probably a weak spot or a butthole in the area somewhere. During all this discussion, Jester has the idea of having the Traveler or the Traveler's followers all join in together and help the Mighty Nine fight Vokodo. But the Mighty Nine feel like there's not really a lot of motivation there for the Traveler or the followers to help out, and it's kind of just left in the air. Hearing this, and now a little suspicious of the Traveler, Bo starts asking Jester questions. Why did he pick this island? Did he know about the curse on the island? And is it possible that he wanted the followers to all come here and forget him? I mean, we do know that he does not want to be a god, and that he's starting to feel the pressure and stress that comes with having a whole religion based around you. Jester seems a little concerned at this point. I mean, she did pick the volcano idea, but agrees that he does want to lose his followers, so she's not really sure.
He influenced this entire decision. Didn't you say he wanted to be less busy?
Oh, shit. He's
Didn't
trying
you
to
say
offload followers.
What if he's trying to, legitimately offload followers?
I don't know if he knew.
What do you want? You've always said you want the Traveler to be a god.
Well, not if he doesn't want that.
The entire team is upset and don't know what to do exactly. They don't want to lose their memories, but also they don't want to bail on the villagers on the island and their crew. They finally agree that they're going to stay on the island and they're going to investigate Heaven Falls in the morning. But for now, they're going to fly to their boats and sleep. Hopefully the boat will be far enough away where the curse won't affect them. So Jester sends a message to Orly using a spell and tells him to get the crew ready on the boat. But Orly replies with a very devastating message.
Slight issue. We don't have a boat.
Ooh, this would be a commercial break.
That's right, the dragon turtle finally found their boat and ate it. With no boat, that means the Mighty Nine's options are now limited. Caleb could teleport them back to the mainland, but that would mean ditching all of the villagers and now their crew on this cursed island. So they decide the best option is to fly to Heaven Falls tonight, camp, and in the morning investigate. They fly to the east side of the island and finally experience the very odd but kind of cool phenomenon of Heaven Falls for themselves. There's this massive waterfall that's going in reverse and creating a bunch of lagoons and pools all across this bed of volcanic rock. The group needs some light to set up camp. So Ford summons his Star Razor blade and lights it up, but he forgets that he just gifted the Star Razor blade to Vokodo a little bit ago, and Jester in giant owl form picks up Bo and they go scout on the coast of the island, having just heard of a tiny island that's off the coast somewhere. They go explore and see the island, but still feel Vokodo's presence watching them. They turn around to go back and they see that the volcano now has a very bright ring around the top of it and the entire island is quaking. So obviously someone's upset. I wonder who.
Yeah, it's red and on the top and it's smoky.
It just sounds like a volcano to me. No cause.
Has it ever been red and smoky before like that?
Generally only when something has angered Vokodo.
Seems fine.
What would have made him angry, do you think?
If a particular delivery of offerings was not quite up to
That seems
expected.
awful specific.
Jester sets up a commune spell to get some answers from the traveler. He does appear and is very excited to see her, but she looks very worried. Even though a typical commune spell is only 3 questions and the answers can usually only be a yes or no, the traveler can see that Jester's very upset and has a full conversation with her instead to try to ease her concerns. He does admit that he knew about the mind-erasing curse on the island, but he says it was only a backup plan in case things at TravelerCon didn't go his way. This really upsets Jester, and the Traveler tries to console her by saying that he would never leave her or her friends on the island, and that he just wants to be done being a god. He doesn't want followers anymore.
Did you know that could happen?
I was aware.
What a dick.
Let me tell you, trying to charter this many ships from the middle of the Menagerie Coast,
It's a lot.
a lot of paperwork.
Yeah.
I've been busy. I hate it. I hate all of this. I'm excited to be done. But no, I wasn't going to abandon you and your friends. I should have clarified it, and you're right, I should have been a little more forthright with some of the information.
I mean, your
But-
extra days, like extra time, that's extra risk. Sorry, I don't mean to yell at you.
It's all right. I would have come back.
Jester tries to convince the Traveler to fight alongside them when challenging Vokodo, but he's not really the fighting type. Before leaving, he promises not to leave her on the island and tries to make her happier by creating the Tusktooth tattoo on the moon above them. She does smile for a moment, but you can tell that Jester's faith has been rocked by this whole situation.
You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm fine. The sun just drawing.
Maybe it didn't go as well as you were hoping.
In some ways it went better. But no.
So whatever you land on, Jester, we'll make it happen.
I have to figure out what I want to land on.
That is the sticky wicket, isn't it?
Yeah. Everything's confusing.
Caduceus sits down and performs his own commune spell with the Wild Mother, and he's able to confirm 3 things. The curse spreads all over Rumblecusp, and there is nowhere to hide. And finally, as long as you are on the island, Vokodo can always see you, no matter where you are. Before bed, Veth and Bo go to explore the Heaven Falls. There, they see a large pool of water where the waterfall originates and shoots out. Bo's able to determine that the water's not coming from the ocean nearby, but instead a large fissure in the ground below. This could possibly be a portal to the water plane. When they get back, Caleb asks to borrow some jade from Veth. They go into the bubble together, and he's able to create this spell called Programmed Image, which makes these beautiful scenes kind of displayed all across the bubble.
And we see all of them gathered in the hot tub. together in the Jaw house, and we see them meeting for the first time, and Jester pointing at Stinky Caleb on day one, and just moments. And that is just going to last. And while everyone is in here, maybe it will remind us.
This is amazing. Wow. With just a little bit of jade.
He hopes that maybe having images of their memories floating around them will help them in the morning if they forget. Inspired by the emotions in the room, Vilya asks Caleb to make an image of her walking in the forest with her husband and 14-year-old daughter. She thanks him wholeheartedly, but walks out of the bubble for a little bit to have a moment to herself. Before they all pass out, Yasha asks to have the image of Zuela and her together next to her bedside so she can look at it while she falls asleep. The next morning, they all wake up, but unfortunately 4 of them lose their memories. But because Vilya has the correct spell, she casts it on Caduceus, who is restored, and then uses that to kind of create this chain of spells that restores everybody. All fully restored, they go off to investigate Heaven Falls. The group spreads out here, and for some reason we have Caleb and Jester kind of just splashing around, looking at all the fish and trying to find pearls. I don't know why, but it was cute. Caduceus investigates the back of the waterfall, but with a quick glance, doesn't really see anything. Yasha, Bo, and Ford all go to the base of the waterfall, trying to investigate the origins of the water. They end up getting too close to the water source, and it actually ends up sucking Yasha in and then shooting her out really quickly. While flying through the air, Yasha gets desperate and decides to use her necrotic shroud. Now, usually it's just a pair of skeletal wings, so it probably won't help, but she figures why not. They do bamf out, and they actually have little tufts of white feathers on them, which is pretty cool.
And the wings shoot out. They're like, black, bony elements emerge with the tattered elements of what looks almost like black gossamer cloth on the edge that definitely correlates with the reveal of your fallen ASMR wings. Around the tips of the edges, though, you can see there are soft white plumes. A gradual transition. There's
It's not just in the dragon.
There's a faint bit of white feather beginning to emerge from the tips.
You're getting your pin feathers?
Now, the wings aren't functional still, though, so she just ends up falling on the ground and hurting herself, but that was pretty dope. It was cool to see. After a more thorough investigation and using a sea invisibility spell, Ford's able to find a secret door behind the waterfall. It leads into this massive cavern with a bunch of large ships inside of it. We assume this is probably Vokodo's collection of lost ships over the years.
The water in front of you opens up into this gargantuan cavern, hundreds of feet across, and with what little bit of light carries beyond the immediate vicinity, you can, from this moment, see, I don't know, about a dozen ships.
Ooh. It's Goonies.
The rest of the group join him in the cavern and begin searching the ships. They see a glowing tunnel at the far side of the cavern with those red glowing flowers in it. Caduceus decides to look into this. So he goes to the center of the cavern where there's water, sinks down, and begins focusing on the tunnel. He's asked to make a wisdom saving throw. He fails and is now compelled to go into the tunnels to find Vokodo. We experienced the same thing last episode, and we know this is one of Vokodo's lair actions. As Caduceus begins moving into the tunnel, Ford tries to stop him. They begin casting spells on each other and performing grappling checks, with Ford losing the struggle and becoming blind in the process.
Grab him
Why
again!
are you doing this? This is ridiculous!
I've got to go there.
Nothing but danger lies ahead! Stop fighting me!
I've got to go there.
Burn a couple more spells.
I'm gonna.
Blindness again. Fuck off.
You can do it, Ford.
12.
Constitution save of 17.
Yeah, so you go blind. Your eyes just go completely dark and you can see nothing.
Well, this sucks.
Ford rushes back to the group and begins yelling for help, while Cad is going further and further into the tunnels. The group gathers around Ford, and Vilya is able to undo the blindness spell. They all agree that they have no choice but to follow Cad into the tunnels now.
Well, Caduceus,
He's winding down.
you have to get there.
Fuck, man.
There's something important,
Don't you do it.
and nothing will stop you. And as you thrash your way, somehow knowing the path through these now continuously branching, odd tunnels,
Oh, no.
we're gonna go ahead and take it next week.
And that's where the session ends. Man, I had a great time, but also I was really frustrated, you guys. The fact that our boat was destroyed by the dragon turtle, and the fact that we can't avoid Makoto's gaze or this weird curse he has on the island is extremely frustrating, and I'm sure the group is also frustrated. I appreciate the group trying to at least investigate the island more and find some kind of a weakness or a butthole to defeat Makoto, but I'm just really worried about what's going to happen now that we might be forced into a battle. But the fact that we're now heading into the tunnels to Makoto and might have to actually have a full-on fight with him now before getting all the information is really scary, and I don't know what's going to happen. Well, that's it for me. I hope you all have a great week. I'm going to let Matt close this video out like usual, but thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys all later.
Take time to tell everyone you care about, you love them, every chance you get. And on that same note, we love you all very much. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you soon. And is it Thursday yet? Good night.